Hey Gallivanters.
Hey y'all.
We are so excited for our latest series. We have been spending, gosh, a little over a week visiting all the different parks, Disney parks, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom,
Hollywood Studios.
It's been a busy week. It has been, but we're so excited to be able to bring this series to you guys. If you've never been, hopefully we can help you with the planning, and we appreciate y'all watching. So stay tuned for all the great tips and tricks and information. Okay, so y'all see the popcorn stand with the drinks and the cotton candy back there. They really do pump in different smells. Just like they have different music for each land throughout Disney.
Yeah, Main Street smells like popcorn. Spaceship Earth has kind of a burnt smell to it. And then down by the bakery, they used to pump in chocolate chip smell. So yeah, they definitely do it. All right, y'all. So interesting tidbit here. All the flags on Main Street are not actual American flags, except for the one in the center, because they would have to follow, protocol of taking it down and putting it up. So all of these flags on Main Street are either missing a stripe or a star or something, so that it's just made to look like an American flag, but they're not. They have a whole flag ceremony every day with a veteran to do that.
Okay, y'all, so as you can see on some of these windows going down Main Street, the names on these windows are actually some of the Imagineers that helped put it together. And then the other piece of this is, if you look down Main Street at the castle, it's actually what they call forced perspective. So the castle actually sits slightly elevated, so when you walk in, it looks bigger. They do the same thing actually with these buildings, where they all look like they're three-story buildings, but each story gets smaller and smaller. So it's just a forced perspective to make you think that's a three-story building when it really doesn't have the height of a three-story building. Alright, y'all, so this little alley off of Main Street, there's a couple of tables and chairs back here, and sometimes if you sit back here, you will actually hear the piano and somebody singing, because right up on the second floor of that building is a vocal class and dance studio. So it's actually pretty cool. It is. We have experienced it. We had no idea what it was, so we had to figure that out. But we're not hearing it right now. It may just be too loud for us to hear. You gotta, if it's super loud around you, you're not gonna hear it. But it's pretty cool. Here's an interesting fact for you guys. Every building in Disney, from the castle to Tower of Terror, while they look big, and they are big, but they look much taller than they are due to forced perspective. Every building is under 200 feet, because at 200 feet you have to have a red
flashing light on top to let airplanes know that it's there, and Disney did not want that. He felt like that would change the experience. So they've built every building right up to the limit without having to put the light on top. We've talked about forced perspective, and one of the kind of interesting ways to tell is if you look at the size of the stones, which aren't really stones, at the bottom of the castle, and then look up, you'll notice that as you go up, they gradually get smaller and smaller. But because you see them big at eye level, you assume that they're all the same size, which makes you feel like the castle is taller than it is. So just another way to use the forced perspective to make everything look like Disney wants you to think it looks. Okay, y'all, so in Liberty Square you can see the house numbers. So 1817 and 1819. So these are going to be the architectural styles of those periods. And all through here, you'll see the numbers on the buildings, and that's what they represent. Additionally, here in Liberty Square, you have over a 100-year-old oak tree. And you've got the lanterns hanging in it. If you'll note that, there are 13 lanterns hanging in the tree. Each lantern represents, obviously, one of the original 13 colonies. So, you know, again, it's just details like that that most people never see or never pay attention to here. No. Okay, so here in Liberty Square, you'll see this brown walkway that goes through the center. And back in those times, they didn't have bathrooms or toilets. So what did they do with it? I'll let you guess. They just took it and threw it out the window. All right, y'all. So another interesting tidbit or secret here in Liberty Square is there is a window with 2 lanterns in it. If you remember the whole thing about the British are coming, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, so 1 lantern would have been by land, 2 by sea. There is a window in Liberty Square that has 2 lanterns in it, indicating that the British were coming by sea. So hopefully we want to see in the comments if you can find it. If you can, DM us on Instagram with a picture of it, Gallivanting.Gals on Instagram. Let us know who knows where those 2 lanterns are. So one other interesting fact about Liberty Square, guys, is that you will not find a restroom. This is the one land there is no actual restroom. There are restrooms in the various restaurants through here, and the restrooms that are in the restaurants around Liberty Square are actually so far back into the restaurants that they are actually technically in other lands, and the Imagineers did that to keep it authentic because obviously there weren't bathrooms during the colonial times. That's why you have the sort of brownish river running down the road. So just another tidbit on historical accuracy. Okay, got a little shortcut for you. This pathway starts up by the riverboat, and it bypasses all the different, all the traffic that comes in to Frontierland, because in normal times, when they're full parades, this area is blocked off and it gets very, very, very crowded. So taking this walkway all the way down to around Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, can save you a ton of time and frustration. Right, just to show you guys those dates again, you can see 1876, and then next door the saloon has 1878 on it. So just, you know, pay attention to that next time you're here. It's just really interesting how much you can find once you take the time to look around. I mean, Disney puts a ton of effort into theming of everything. So, you know, we understand if some people have never been here, or it's their first trip, or maybe some people can only take one trip in their lifetime here and you want to check out the rides and all those things. But if you have an opportunity to spend more time or come more than once, you can definitely take your time and check out, you know, everything here. I mean, even these lamp posts are going to be as authentic to the period as they can be.
Okay, everyone, here's another little secret. This is Cinderella's fountain in her normal clothes. But if you were a child, if you can see the crown behind her head, if you stand just right, it looks like the crown is actually on her head.
Okay, y'all, so one more fun fact that we wanted to make sure and share with you guys. Out here in front of Disney, to get to the Magic Kingdom, you know, you either have to take the monorail, bus, or ferry boat. And the reason is you have Bay Lake. Bay Lake is actually a man-made lake, and it was made by
Disney.
So they actually dug out this area to build the lake, and then they took all the dirt from this and put it where Magic Kingdom is.
So when you're walking in, you don't realize it, but you're actually kind of going uphill a little bit to the entrance.
Yeah, so you are actually on the second floor when you hit the main street in Magic Kingdom. They built that up so that you'd have a lower level, which is called the utilidors.
And that's where the workers go through. That's why you don't see them leaving. That's why you don't see trash carts. That's where everything, food carts, everything goes underneath there.
Yep, and then there's exits in all the different lands, and that way you don't see them just carrying stuff everywhere throughout the park. It's a great idea, but most people just don't realize it because the incline is so gradual. But yeah, you are actually on the second floor when you enter the Magic Kingdom.
Yep. Okay, y'all, for those that didn't know, when you're walking into Toy Story Land out of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, a lot of people don't notice this, but if you can see this, it's a shoe print. And this large shoe print is supposed to be Andy's. A lot of people don't even notice it, they just walk right over it. So just a little tidbit of information, just a little secret here. This right here is Andy's shoe print.
Alright guys, just some more detail. All the fencing in Toy Story Land is like this, and those are supposed to be obviously used popsicle sticks or eaten popsicle sticks that Andy used to build fences with. So something else to look out for if you're in Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios.
Alright, y'all. You see that green fence, the same color that's on the roof up there? You will find that green pretty much everywhere around
Disney where there's secure areas or areas they don't want you to go or pay attention to. That is called go away green. And it's basically meant to be just really blending into the background and muted and something that your eyes just kind of pass over and you don't pay any attention to. So another one of Disney's secrets to kind of keep everything behind the scenes is to use some colors like go away green to just kind of divert your attention elsewhere.
Hey y'all.
Thanks so much for watching this video. We really appreciate the views and would greatly appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up.
Hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget,
hit that notification bell, dingy dong,
to make sure you're the first to know when new content comes out. Also, please leave us a comment. We love getting comments. We'd love to get your feedback on our tips and tricks and whatever information we've shared with you.
And maybe you have some new information to share with us.
Yeah, so thanks so much, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.
See ya.